Alright. Just wanted to test this shit out. Just a little bit. So it's gonna be a real quick video. And I'm gonna see if like people can like just join in like randomly type shit. I wish you can put hashtags. Shout out to the group of souls that roam together. The group of souls that roam together. Put me on this goddamn app. So I don't know why it's saying connecting. So look, I'm just gonna break down this daylight saving shit. Now, we always gotta remember, you feel me? Like, systems were made for us to be able to pinpoint what the fuck is going on and be able to ground these things and see as the limits of where they can go and like what's actually been supporting and working for us as far as like a sheltering system, like to make you feel like, all right, I'm sure of myself. So that's just like systems in a nutshell. So like, you know, daylight savings. So when the time, depending on your fucking location in the world, when the time go backwards, you feel me? When the time goes back, you know, that's more in the goddamn spring. I mean, not springtime. Let me think about that. Cause see, I'm still observing, but for the most part, it's when you save in daylight, that means you gotta go forward. When you're, yeah, I think it go both ways. They don't call it nothing else. What is it? Nighttime savings? The fuck? So yeah, it's both daylight savings. So, you know, one spectrum could be going forward in time, and then the other forward in time, but time is just a perspective that people then made a system of that kind of supports us. So, you know, the next day be 12 a.m. if you're in America. You know, basically the next day somehow is like when we ain't got no newness, when it's still dark, but somehow that's like a new day though. But you know, whatever. But that supports the system of following the total limit of where the world goes, where the world turns. As the world turns, we able to square it out. We able to pinpoint, okay, this idea, this problem between it, you got to get through it, and then this is a solution to it, right? So that's how you can make a direct thing, a direct triangle, a direct triune. You can be gifted with going straight through something, but you need that box to put it in, which gives you a conclusion. That's the last stage, to box something in or square out what's gonna happen. So the conclusions be, usually the fucking after the winter time, after we get cold, somehow, some way, it's like new spring. So that's like, you know, a correlation. But we just need to know, if we don't use this time system, you just gotta know, okay, so some way, somehow during the spring times, or when it's about to round back around, because there's never a specific day. It's just like it starts to transition, it starts to migrate, it starts to be more of like, oh, it's the daytime, like as a correlation to just like springtime, just like a new time to basically be a new person, be going towards new values, money, and then, you know, basically being able to conversate and throw out things and be very light with your communication and your whatever you analyzing within the spring, within the newness, you feel me? To go towards you going to separating yourself from the environment, having an actual emotional feel, a flood of how you actually are going through these experiences. Like, you get a whole lot of new ideas about some type of domestic issue or family or comfort, something to do with that. Like, it usually, sometimes it play out like new knowledge, you feel me? New things that make you feel suitable, comfortable to have a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Have a strong, hot emotion, you know, because emotions, when your heart beat fast, or when it's dealing with the heart, you know what I'm saying? That's like more of, you start getting like more intensity, more amp, more care for what just came, which was spring. So now you actually like building a sustainment, building a bubble, a vibe to go on with the new spectrum of the seasons. So like that's like summertime. Summer is not the same as spring, you feel me? That's just what the summer, when you kind of go back, or when you go back in the past, in a sense, you know that, damn, this was just newness that I brought to myself. Now, this is not to look at it like too much of like what this is, what it is, and like you can't look outside of it, you know, but you gotta always use these things because they do got a lot of energy. They do got a lot of like general consensus, so it gotta be right to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? As far as the systems that was made. So yeah, man, so you got daylight savings and shit. It's just basically using the system that was made to pretty much put this world in a box, put the seasons in a box, so we won't have to be surprised. We won't have to not know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? From there, you'll start seeing, oh, this, so it's the system of the time that we all agreed to that was constructed in a blueprint for us, but we've been basically abiding by it. Not that it's wrong, just saying it's what we doing. And then boom, shit, that's when you get the time gotta fucking go backwards so it can match the new day. Cause we think the new day, as far as America, you think the new day is 12 a.m. So it's like it gotta, it's almost like, look at it like a whole lot of blueprints, right? And you put a blueprint over the nature of something. Put the blueprint over the constant cycle of something. You know what I'm saying? It's like so you can know what's coming, know what's gonna happen without you being unsheltered. Like you don't have nothing to suit yourself. You don't have a building block to actually see what's gonna happen and shit. So like, shit. So, you know, so saving daylight, like I said, the fucking time goes back. So usually where it would be 6 a.m., it actually is my bad. See, it actually goes forward. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. Y'all, you get the fucking gist. It goes forward now that I'm thinking about it. Because if it went backwards, fall back, that's like fall time. That's when the time goes backwards so it can fit the time spectrum of the 12-hour cycle, the 12 and 12 to make 24 hours a full cycle. But 12 and 12 is still broken up into basically halves. Like, it's like a half of the day, 12, like, so from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's like a half, right? But that's not the full spectrum of the 12 zodiac or the 12 houses or the, like I said, the limit of where, as far as we can go. So 6 to 6, that's like the first new to the fallen. And then from the fallen, the 6 p.m. is going into, God damn it, the other 6 p.m. So technically that's the new day, 6 p.m. But, you know, like I said, the system, they constructed over the new day being over at 12 p.m. So it's almost like if you start from 12 a.m., then the 12-hour period will be fucking 12 p.m. So that's more like the new day somehow is like when we all sleep, usually, you feel me, in America, and then like 12 hours from them. So the half cut out day is when it's 12 p.m. when the fucking sun is actually at its hottest point. You know what I mean? Like everybody should be gaining views of how they're gonna experience the day type shit, what they're gonna eat, what they're gonna shelter themselves with, like, and take action in this. Not so much cultivating a system or seeing where things go or being all about stabilizing what the fuck is here. So that's the 12-hour period. But if you look at it how I'm looking at it, it's really like 6 a.m. is the new day, and then from there 6 p.m. and that's what makes it like a time of like you having to fall back for real and shit. But anyway, not too much on that because that ain't the system. But you know, you can correlate your days like this, and you'll probably start feeling more as the world. Man, I hope I ain't dry. You'll start feeling like you more of the system as the world, though. You cultivate your mini self, your mini stars, your mini worlds, your mini universe, and you cultivating as as the actual world turns and not so much of what was previewed to you. Because if you realize why it's the new day and 12 a.m., it's just because people want to support more of the giving new life and giving new sight towards what the fuck was already constructed for you, what was already given towards you. Because you know whatever's given, whatever's built for you, it ain't got no actual like information. You gotta make the information. You gotta do something about it. You gotta be motivated, sustain something, and then see if it makes sense, see the limit of it, you know, and then just know that's what we call new day. And the 6 hours from that, 12 hours from that, so the cycle that like rounds back to almost like completely opposite, but sometimes it can be like balancing it out, the sun. So we look at 12 p.m. like high noon. Look at it like, okay, this is the time to do something, or it's the time to eat, or it's the time to, you know what I'm saying? But whole time you just living confused, because at the same breath, you would be like, oh, but the earlier you wake up, early bird gets the worm. Well, then why the fuck is the new day considered at 12? Then you'll start thinking different. Like, oh, damn, it might not be a new day for real. But it ain't to think like that much about it. It's just what it is. Like straight up, it's just straight up what it is type shit. And you can just use it for yourself. But yeah, like I said, the daylight saving shit, it's just when the fucking, because when when the spring is here, we know that's like when everything comes to light, everything blooms, everything actually comes from the seed and shows itself, springs into action. You know what I'm saying? So this is what has more daytime. Now, it all depends on the perspective of the earth, but for the most part, you get more fucking light during the spring and summer. Now, when the summer starts to come, that's when the time system that's over the cycles and shit will stay the same, but you'll start seeing that the sun taking a goddamn forever to fucking come out. That's because, God damn it, the new day ain't actually, because if you actually started it with the new day, which was 6 a.m., that's like a smaller version of what actually spring is, 6 a.m. Just like you go to sleep, that's like a version of you like going to your dying in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's like you going into death. Like, all right, what was here for I can just give life to it, and then I'm gonna wake up anew. Birth myself, wake up, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, not Jesus. I was about to bring up Jesus, but, shit, fucking, yeah. So when the fucking sun is more in the spectrum of summertime, so Cancer-like vibe, or where the sun is being blended with where we are as far as the earth, so like more like heated comfort, you know what I'm saying? That's more like it's gonna take longer for the actual sun to be emitted, because like I said, since the time went forward, then usually the sun will be out earlier if you want to look at the operated time. But if you look at it just on some like you vibing with it yourself, you going through experiences yourself, you having your own reaction, your own world, and you know what I'm saying, the ideas and understanding, the intuition for yourself, then you'll just see that, damn, it's because the summertime is more, not so much the new, aka 6 a.m., it's more like, it take more time to get to, for the sun to actually be emitted, because we're in the spectrum as a season, bigger side of summer. So it's like the middle of the seasons. Now there's 4, so you can separate it 2 and 2, but it's like that's technically the middle if you're in the summertime and the fall time, because in the fall time, the goddamn sun starts to come out even faster. But that's why though we have to push the time backwards, so the system, remember, can go as the cycle, and so we won't be too fucked up as a whole. But we've been supporting the system, so it's not to say that this ain't real. It's just to say, faith, belief, and imagination is real. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, first house things, real shit. Shout out to Titus and this bitch, real shit. Oh God, nigga. But yeah, man. So that's why the sun seems like it's coming out later during the summertime. But in the spring though, it's gonna come out like early than a bitch, because like I said, it's just the spectrum we in. And like I said, the system shit gotta match with it. So of course, and this is why you have some months not always equaling the same amount of days as the other month. So one month could be 30 days, but then another time it could be 31 days. But then another time, like February, since that February is like, I don't know, actually, I'm not even gonna go too deep in February, but nigga, some way, somehow, some years, they gotta knock it down to 28 days instead of 30 or 31. You know what I'm saying? It's like they took off goddamn 3 days, 33-degree Masons. So because it's like you can't quite try. That's when you get into the four corners of the fucking season. They just did it more broader. Like, all right, they was envisioning this shit. I mean, they was just watching this shit happen, building things as it goes to pretty much conceal it. And then that's when, at the end of the day, they started figuring out, damn, after 4 years, why the fuck the goddamn sun seemed like, or the season seemed like it end faster? Why the fuck the season taking longer to come out? Why the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because if you want to be real, bitch, it was already spring to certain perspectives of the world. It was already spring in the South, for real though. Like South, like Texas, Nevada, Arizona, shit, some of Cali, probably, shit, Florida. You know what I'm saying? We was just so conflux, because that just lets you know the energies we in, we so confused. But also, it don't help that the external environment is getting hit by all of this extra, like these machines and stuff that stay in the atmosphere. So whole time when new waters come, the new water gotta first interact with this bullshit that's contaminating us. Then we down here on this perspective, receiving thoughts and then putting out thoughts that don't make sense to the actual cycle, releasing the everyday time, the shit, you know what I'm saying, the shit. But you know, that's what makes that shit the shit, man. So you know, so daylight, the shit gotta just fit the light of the day. You know what I'm saying? The system that was made, written down, gotta fit the light of the actual information, the showcasing, the actual events, the actual views that you clearly can see when you experience it, come from the heart, from yourself, have your own intuition, not you getting preview the system and then you feel comfortable with the different things that's getting shown to you, and you basically are playing bias at that point and not being true, not being real, not being in the moment. Be in the moment presently and you'll see for yourself type shit. And that's it. They don't go over that. They don't go over that. No, they don't go over that. They don't go over that. They don't go over that. But yeah, man, I was gonna make this shit quick, man. I just want to test it out. It's been 18 minutes. Goddamn. God, I thought that shit said 30 tips. I was like, oh shit, you get tips on here? Ugly. But I've been finding a whole lot of live stream things to go on. Now this one can connect to YouTube though. That's what's up. But I've been finding a lot of live stream things to, you know what I'm saying, suck energy from, but also just like, you know, just see the world like in new people all the time. That's always good. You see new people so you can learn how to deal with people. So be aside yourself sometimes, but also be beside yourself sometimes. But first start with, you know what the fuck you are though. And now don't ram nobody in the head. Don't be too like you yourself, because whole time, guess what? You need other people's goddamn opinion or their views to match yours, so y'all can balance it to have some type of sustainment in what the fuck is going on, like relatability basically. Alright, so yeah, I hope I broke that shit down good, because I feel like that made a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I feel like it made a lot of sense to me. So just, yeah, it's the reflector, here to reflect what you choose to neglect. God damn it, let me see how to end this shit. Alright, there we go. Let me see, finish.